Clara. I'm Mayor Lisa Gilmore. Thank you for joining us for Mayor at Noon. During the show, you will have an opportunity to ask questions live. The focus of our show today is Earth Day, Arbor Day, and sustainability. I'm so excited to dive into this vital topic that has a high priority for Santa Clarans and a critical global topic being addressed by people all over the world. Today's Mayor at Noon falls on the 52nd annual Earth Day. As your mayor, and on behalf of the entire City Council, we proclaimed Earth Day, Arbor Day, and are celebrating Earth Month throughout April to promote sustainability in the community. We hope everyone will take advantage of this variety of Earth Day and Arbor Day activities. This year's International Earth Day theme is Investing in Our Planet. And there is no better time to talk about our commitment to sustainability, as it's one of our city's 7 strategic pillars. Next week is also Arbor Day, and we are proud to have been designated a Tree City USA for our commitment to urban forests since 1987. Joining me today is Michelle Templeton, Sustainability Manager for the City of Santa Clara, to talk about sustainability and opportunities for our community to get involved. Michelle has been working in sustainability for over 20 years, focusing on everything from community engagement, environmental justice, conservation education, habitat restoration, and climate policy. She's also been a dedicated public servant working on sustainability and climate issues in the local government sector for over 17 years, where she managed programs and projects across the area of public works and utilities, parks and recreation, and community development. That is an unbelievable resume of activities and jobs, Michelle, so welcome. I'm so happy to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Mayor Gilmore.
You must be 102 years old from all those things and all those years you have worked, so I am so impressed. That's really, really incredible. So tell me, I would like the community to get to know you, because you started here in the city of Santa Clara right as the pandemic hit. So we've all been, in a lockdown. We've seen you on a little screen on our Zoom meetings for our public meetings. So it's really nice to have you here in person and have our community see you in person and get to know you a little bit. So tell us about your background growing up, and did you always envision yourself that this would be the career path that you would take? So let's hear about you.
Sure, yeah. I was always drawn to nature protection and environmental equity from a young age. I guess it was a lot of camping and backpacking with my parents. But my mom moved to this country from South America, from Uruguay specifically, before I was born. And so my dad was a teacher. We moved back and forth my entire life, spent a year here, a year there, until I was in my teens. And I think having that perspective of both cultures really informed what I was interested in, looking at how equity across environmentalism sort of overlaid. And in my teens, I got really interested in that complex relationship between environmentalism and equity, and who had access to a healthy environment, and who was at the table in environmental discussions.
But you were way ahead of yourself at the time, because those are the topics of our discussions right now.
I think I was just a highly empathetic kid.
Okay, you must have been, because environmental equity is such a big topic.
It is, and growing up bilingually, biculturally, I think influenced that quite a bit. And it actually influenced my studies. I went to UCSC and got UC Santa Cruz and got a degree in
Banana slug.
I was a slug.
You were a slug, okay.
I got a degree in environmental studies and went on to do all kinds of work in the environmental field, from restoration to policy work, and mostly working in communities that were underrepresented in the field of environmental topics. And I was lucky enough, privileged enough to get to do work in this area across several countries. So that was kind of the start. So you
were born to be where you are today. Okay.
I was. I had a short stint as an elementary school teacher. Both my parents are teachers. And education also played a role in that, because really people can't protect what they don't care about. They can't care about something they don't know about. So education is critical to get people to understand and protect our environment.
Which is what we're doing today. So your teacher background and experience really have led you to where you are and how you're helping educate us as a community on sustainability, which is my next question. We throw that word around a lot, sustainability. So tell our viewers, what does that mean? What does sustainability mean?
Yeah, you can get a lot of answers to that.
Sure.
But sustainability is really doing protection of the environment, but taking in key factors into consideration like social justice, environmental protection, and economic vitality, because really we can't have society, environment, and economy competing to be successful at sustainability. So it's really where there's a multi-solving approach to our environmental problems so that we're also solving economic and social justice issues as well.
Yeah, that's very interesting because it has such a broad meaning and can be used in so many ways, and that's why, when I looked at your title here in the city of Santa Clara, I thought, wow, you're like the doer of everything to sustain our community. That's a really huge job. So tell us about Earth Day this year. What's happening this year?
Well, yeah, as you mentioned, the international theme this year is investing in our planet, and the city of Santa Clara has done that. We have a long history of sustainability. As you mentioned, the sustainability pillar as one of the city council's 7 pillars. And so we're really looking at what investment means to everybody. And I think the dialogue has shifted a little from talking about the earth and protecting the planet and water quality, air quality, and animals to understanding that people's role in environmental protection is critical and that we as people dictate the health of our planet, and so what that really means. And it's been really exciting for me because the commitment to investing in our planet has really taken off in the last 4 or 5 years. For somebody who's been in this for 20 years, it's exciting to see the momentum. And part of that is because there has to be some momentum towards this. And another reason is because there's just a lot more awareness about it now.
There is, and I was telling you earlier, I have 3 college-age children, and that's what they talk about all the time. That's what they're learning, that's what they're focused on, and they care about what happens in their future to their world. And I love the fact that it's getting so much attention now, as it should. So I know the city of Santa Clara, as you mentioned, has invested in protecting the planet in many ways, including staff time, programming, and even policy. I would love for our community to hear about some of the work. What are some of the sustainability and climate-related initiatives going on in the city right now?
Yeah, well, and as I mentioned, we've been doing climate and sustainability work, whether it's through water conservation or stormwater pollution prevention, energy conservation, and everything from tree planting, since we are Tree City USA. So that's been going on for a long time. But I guess I'd focus on a few initiatives going on, 4 or 5 initiatives that SVP, we're really in a unique position having Silicon Valley Power as our electric utility here in Santa Clara. And having SVP where we have projects like microgrid projects or battery storage, EV charging, electric vehicle charging for our community, and even tree plantings is a very unique thing that our city has available to it. And you might see that with Northside Branch Library had new solar put up this last year.
The solar panels, yes,
yeah.
yes.
And so that's really, we're seeing more of that around a lot of our different city facilities. We also have a new direction that we've gone in last year with waste. We have organics and food scraps recycling, and that mixed waste processing is helping us reduce the amount of waste that goes into the landfill.
Right.
And that's really exciting because all of our residents, we have 100% participation now in that.
That's right. I know there was a little debate in our community about that, and the participation was from the mixing yourself, and that was not as high, but I'm glad that we're at 100% now.
Exactly. There was a lot of discussion around that, and we now have some really great, all the food waste is being composted and turned into compost material.
Right, and as you mentioned, we have Silicon Valley Power, and that gives us, our city, a unique opportunity for other ways to, create the sustainability in our community. So it's not just our municipal government, but we have all kinds of opportunities.
Yeah.
And that's why you're so busy. You're working with all the departments in our city.
Absolutely.
So climate and sustainability policy has been a big focus for the city. What are some of the most recent policies that we can share with our community in the event that our community isn't, following our city council meetings where you've done a phenomenal job of representing all the different things that we're doing. So tell us a little bit about that. Sure.
I guess the one that I would focus on most is our city's climate action plan. And we are in the process of updating that. It was established in 2013. It's been due for an update. And so we've been working on that for over 2 years now. We've done over 2 years of community outreach, workshops, city council study sessions, as you've seen, planning commission study sessions, and that climate action plan, our planning commission just recommended approval last month, and it'll be coming to the city council June 7th.
Oh, June 7th. Remember that, everyone, June 7th.
Yeah, definitely. And
we'll make sure we put it on the beginning of the agenda, so, okay?
That's okay, but yeah, if the community wants to come out, it's great.
Yeah.
And if folks want to read about the climate action plan prior to that, we do have that up on our climate action plan webpage, and we've got all of our different community meetings that we've hosted, all the feedback, as well as the actual draft plan itself. And so that'll really be our roadmap for how to manage some really bold targets that we're looking to set for the future for Santa Clara.
Right. I'm proud of how this has taken shape and taken form, and I know you've worked so hard on this in the last couple of years, so I think it's well worth the wait.
It's been a huge effort across all the departments. Our community development department's been leading it up, but every department's been involved, the community's been involved, the council's been hugely supportive. So it takes everyone to get this across.
It takes a village.
Yes,
it takes a village
exactly.
to create a plan, right?
Yeah. And we do have a couple other ordinances that I'd like to point out, especially since it is Arbor Day next week. Last year, the City Council adopted an update to our city's tree ordinance because, of course, our urban forests are important for not only sequestering carbon, but we know that tree canopy reduces heat island effects, so that's really important. We're part of a county-wide urban tree forest collaborative, and that's been a new thing in the last year as well. And another ordinance that passed last year was a building electrification ordinance. And what this basically means is that all new buildings in Santa Clara will be all electric, and they will not have gas appliances or hookups inside the home. And this is an initiative that's been going on across all of California to really lead the way in electrifying homes to be able to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and support a healthy climate. And it's also a really big way to support health of our community, because indoor air quality improves when you electrify homes. You also have reduced risk of fire and reduced incidence of illnesses like asthma. So it's kind of a approach to taking electrification statewide as leaders for the rest of the state. And that electrification code ordinance also has electric vehicle charging, and our code is a little unique because it has a very robust EV charging requirement for new development. And you may have heard Governor Newsom talk about the new executive order for 2035, where all cars will be zero emissions. So people will need a place to charge, and
they do.
We're trying to support that. So.
I think there was some fear around the all-electric building, all reach codes, and everything else, but I think in the long run, both developers and residents who love their gas, appliances and other things, we have come so far in terms of, electricity and appliances and building codes that there's nothing to fear.
Absolutely.
I mean, it really is good. It's better for the long term. It may be a little more expensive to start, and adding the charging stations and other things for the vehicles and other things, but in the long term, it really, really does pay off.
Absolutely.
So the fear is, it's there, but I think once we really implement these codes, I think everyone's going to see that it was well worth it.
Absolutely, and you mentioned the younger generation. They're looking for cleaner, more electric homes, and this is also building that out to make sure that our community in the future has a healthier lifestyle as well.
And it's
So.
interesting, my other job is I show houses. I'm a real estate broker, and I have younger clients that are looking for properties. They want the charging for their cars.
Right.
And they aren't in the homes now. They're not in the condos or the townhomes, and I mean that's something that's going to be an absolute requirement for the future, for the younger generation, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. We're seeing, the EV adoption increase a lot as well, and the charging demands are there. So we just want to make it easy for people to be able to charge.
Well, and we have them here at City Hall. I was looking at them as
Yes.
I drove in today, and we have them throughout the city.
Absolutely.
And in our parking structure on Tasman across from the stadium. So I think I'm really proud of what we're doing and how we're trying to increase them. I think trying to get over 100 pretty soon around the city.
We're very close. Silicon Valley Power has a community electric vehicle blueprint, and that is to really ready our community for EV charging. So we've got EV projects constantly going on. We work with parks, we work with our different facilities, and then also this building electrification
Right, because
EV code.
again, the fear in a car, in order to, reduce all this fossil fuel use, we have to have it available and convenient for our community.
Absolutely.
I know we're doing a great job on that, and thank
Yeah.
you for your role in that as well.
Of course, and there was actually one more policy
Sure.
that I wanted to share, just hot off the press from this last week
Oh.
at City Council. So you mentioned it at Council, I saw the new watering ordinance that would
Right.
require a maximum of 2 days per week watering, and Santa Clarans are no strangers to the drought. And we're really going to be depending on that conservation mindset to hit our water conservation targets. So people can check that out on our drought webpage, but that is a new policy.
Thank you for bringing that up. I brought up
this
the council meeting because people are, honed in on the 3-day a week. Now we're 2 days a week.
Yes.
And thank you, Mother Nature. We got a little soaking last night, so maybe cut it down to 1 day this week.
Exactly, reduce
because
wherever
of
you
that.
can.
Wherever you can,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Every bit helps.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of work that the city is doing to go greener, reduce greenhouse gases, and protect our climate. What types of programs does the city offer to help residents practice sustainability?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, because we do have rebates and incentives for our residents, and as I mentioned, this isn't something where we as a city can take this on alone. Our role as a city is important, but our residents have their part to do too, and we're really trying to create rebates and incentives so that our community can actively be part of sustainability as well. We have rebates across water and energy, and we really hope that people take advantage of rebates in those sectors particularly, because those are some areas that can have a big impact.
And I hope that at some time during this presentation, we'll have some connections to our website where people can look at that.
Absolutely.
Because before it used to be like a refrigerator or an appliance rebate of some sort, but I think there's a lot of opportunities for our residents to take advantage of in terms of rebates. Thanks. So you mentioned water, right? And as our community and all California knows, we're still in a severe drought. What do we offer that helps people conserve water?
So our water page on our website, which will show the community on the screen, we have a lot of different rebates that people can take advantage of, but we also have conservation devices, and I just wanted to point out here
some
on
really
your
cool
table,
stuff here that I was noticing today.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we've partnered with Valley Water, and there's 2 ways that residents can get conservation devices. One way is by going to the Valley Water store, and it's just like any online shopping experience. You just click on something, put it in your
We
cart.
love to online shop.
Exactly,
so, right?
and this is a hassle-free and actually money-free way to do it, because all the conservation devices are free for our residents. We offer things like shut-off hose nozzles, water conserving shower heads. We've got things to help your toilet not leak, testing your water. So we've got all kinds of different
Can
water.
you show my favorite one? This is
Oh, yes.
absolutely my favorite one.
This is Stop in Time. This is a timer that you can adhere to the back of your shower. And I challenge you to flip it twice only and see if you can get under a 5-minute shower.
So it's like roughly 2.5 minutes on each side.
I believe so. Don't quote me on it.
It could be
yes.
4 to 5. 4 to 5
Yes,
minutes. I
yeah.
love this.
And so this is great. I have this for my kids, and we do a challenge.
I want one for my husband.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, this is yours. You can have this one. And so folks can get these on the Valley Water store. They can just shop for it, and it ships to your home for free. Or if you want to come visit our city hall, our water and sewer department has some of these conservation devices as well, just available. But that's just, conservation devices. If you're looking to do a little bit more and do some of our rebates, we do have rebates, and I want to highlight, just because over 50% of water use is in the home, it's outside the home, it's outdoor water use. So one of the rebates that I do want to highlight is our landscape conservation rebate, where we've partnered with Valley Water again. There's a $3 per square foot rebate to convert your lawn over to a landscape of some sort that uses less water.
Say that again, because there's so many people that want to do it and feel like it's so expensive. We want to get rid of our front lawns and make put in the drought tolerant plants. How much again is the rebate?
It's $3 per square foot, that's the rebate, and it's to convert any thirsty lawn. If you want to get rid of that lawn, now's the time to do it. Getting rid of your lawn and converting over to any kind of low water landscape. There's some flexibility in this $3 per square foot rebate too, whether it's native plants or some kind of low water use landscape. And along those lines, actually, to piggyback onto the landscape rebate, today our water department just launched a new contest. It's a water conservation Earth Day contest, where anybody who is going to take advantage of this rebate, they can be part of a contest to win a free plant consultation, landscape consultation from one of our experts for their project, which is a huge savings, and it's a great resource. I haven't seen this offered in many cities.
Okay. All right. Next question I have is, now with Silicon Valley Power as our city's electric utility, we also have a lot of energy rebates too. So how can our residents take advantage of those energy rebates?
Well, we do have a lot of energy rebates. If residents go to the Silicon Valley Power webpage, there's a bar just for residents, and under that you can go into rebates, and there are so many rebates to take advantage of. We've got heat pump water heater rebates. You can get an e-bike, a rebate for an e-bike, or all kinds of electrification rebates that you might want to really take advantage of to electrify your home more. There's even a electric panel upgrade rebate that people can take advantage of. But just check out that website, because there are so many electric rebates that we offer right now.
Oh, fantastic. So not only are you saving the environment, but you're saving money as well. So
yes,
it's a double win for everyone. So there are a lot of resources for our residents to take advantage of. Can you speak to rebates or local incentives that could help our local businesses as well?
Absolutely. So similarly to our rebates for residents, we also know that businesses want to go greener all the time, and sometimes that could even help lower operating costs, which we know is really important to our businesses right now. Our water webpage has a tab just for businesses, for business water rebates, and that can include rebates around the landscape or irrigation, sub-meters, and then we even have a water efficient technology rebate that allows a little more creativity for whatever you might need. And then there's on SVP's webpage, we have a whole business tab, and it has rebates that businesses might take advantage of, like food service equipment, HVAC. We even have a electric forklift rebate. And so in addition to just so many rebates that our businesses can check out there, they also have a grant program for some emerging technologies and whatnot. Fantastic. But we also have energy efficiency support for businesses as well.
Right, I know there's lighting and other things.
Lighting, exactly.
LED lighting and that's helpful. So since it's Earth Day today, I know a lot is happening this month to celebrate with our community. What are some of the ways that residents can get involved? Because I know that, people want to get involved in some way, but they don't exactly know how. And whether it's, a city a stream cleanup or some kind of opportunity for them that they can participate with others as well.
Absolutely. Well, this month has been full of that, as you've probably seen. We have had lots of events at the library for kids, in person and virtual. We've been celebrating through our Earth Day Arbor Day online celebrations. And then we've had poetry and poster contests. But if there's still a lot more going on as far as events are concerned. There are events going on at the library for kids and teens. There's a take-home Earth Day craft activity that's going on through tomorrow at the library, as well as a teen magnetic poetry
Is that at the Central
contest.
Library?
All three of our
libraries.
Any
Okay,
library,
Mission,
pick a library.
Northside, and Central.
Exactly.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the teen projects are happening in person there, and the youth activity is a take-home project. The library is also going to be having a virtual talk on May 3rd from 6 to 7 p.m. And it's with the author of The Zero Waste Chef.
Oh.
And so that's going to be exciting. Get to focus on how to create a more sustainable kitchen, reduce your use of plastics, and just reduce food waste in general.
So sign up on
on the city's website. The library has that all on their events calendar.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How fun. That's great.
And we've got, on April 30th, there's also a household hazardous waste event that that the community can go and drop off household hazardous waste that might be lying around, cluttering your home, and dispose of it environmentally. But we also know that people want to volunteer, as you mentioned.
Yeah, they do.
So we do have volunteer opportunities throughout the year. And our community gardens are always asking for volunteers. It's a great way to get outdoors, volunteer. I'm a little biased because I'm a gardener, but that's on our community garden webpage. And also we have, like you said, litter cleanups throughout the year that help keep litter and pollution out of our storm drains and our water bodies. So just check that out. And people can look at the Celebrate Earth Day webpage under sustainability to find out more, or sign up for our newsletter. And
I know during the pandemic, so many people got involved in their gardens and are now, we have gardeners all over the place. And I know our program at the Eddie Sousa Park has been very successful. So
it has,
yes,
yeah.
the more we plant, the better.
Yes.
So I know we're coming to an end shortly, but what are some of the things that our community can do year-round to make every day Earth Day?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because today is Earth Day,
Right.
Happy Earth Day, of course. But we are really committed to celebrating our Earth and protecting our Earth all year long in Santa Clara. And I would say that any action that you can do where you take a sustainability lens in your day-to-day choices is great. And it doesn't matter where you start, just start. It could be changing out your lawn to a native landscape, or
putting this in your shower.
Putting this in your shower for your husband.
I love it.
Yeah. And you could do a deep dive on your home to do energy efficiency, or even pick one day a week to bike or walk for one of your errands. But whatever you do, reducing waste, moving away from single use, like your water bottle here.
Oh, I use this
great.
every single council meeting now. You'll see this. I love it. I love it.
So even little actions, just thinking about what we do and having that sustainability lens is really important.
Right. I mean, we stopped buying bottled water here, and we
Exactly.
have these now, and it's really made a huge difference for us, even a small thing here at City Hall. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to see if we have any questions or comments from our audience online. Oh, from Larry Oliveira. Keep up the good work, Mayor Gilmore and Michelle. Thank you, Larry. Larry's a longtime viewer, so thank you, Larry, for calling in or not calling in, typing in today. From Edward Zapp. Go does have batteries. ZapGo does have batteries that will allow for 5 minutes of charging. Do you know what that means?
I'm not exactly sure. I know that there are a variety of
certain batteries that you can charge for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it could. I'm not sure if it's in relation to charging devices, but there's so much growing in the field of battery technology.
There
and
is,
rechargeable,
isn't there?
And on the go, whether it's for cars or phones or whatever. So.
Well, thank you for bringing that up. We appreciate that. So what information or thoughts would you like to leave us with today on this wonderful Earth Day?
Well, I think I just, again, want to remind people that it's no one entity or person can do this alone. We're in this together. And I would love for our community to sign up for our Sustainability e-newsletter. That's the place where we share what we're doing in the city, different initiatives and projects. policies, but also all the events that we offer throughout the year. We have workshops, EV charging days, all kinds of things to get involved. And I would encourage the community to sign up so they can really choose what sustainability goals they have and meet those with what we're offering through all of our programming. So hopefully the folks will sign up, and we'd really love to stay connected and engaged with you, the community.
Well, thank you so much, Michelle. That's all the time we have now for Mayor at Noon. Until next time, I encourage you to visit the city's sustainability website to find out how to create a sustainable Santa Clara together. And I want to thank my special guests. I love having you here. I think it's wonderful. We get to all see you sort of in person, live in person. And just to tell you, I appreciate everything that you're doing as our sustainability manager for the city of Santa Clara. You bring such a good energy to help us, and your breadth of knowledge is just incredible. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege to work here and to work with and for the community of Santa Clara.
Thank you, Michelle. Bye, everyone.